If there's one thing that could extend the lifespan of GTA 6 to unimaginable limits, it's GTA Online. We've already seen how a Grand Theft Auto game that wasn't originally planned to last more than 4 or 5 years has ended up doubling its lifespan without losing players' interest for a single moment. For Rockstar, GTA 5 has had a dream run without even intending it. But now with GTA 6 just around the corner, what could happen with its online mode, knowing that this time it has indeed been designed from the ground up as a fully commercial and fully profitable product meant to keep the game alive for the next few decades? What changes will this bring? How far will Rockstar take it to ensure its continued success over time? Well, recent information has confirmed details about what GTA 6's new online mode could be, and if this turns out to be true, we could be looking at a game completely different from its predecessor, one that could possibly make GTA 6 never truly end. GTA 6 could in fact be the last GTA as we know the series. This information came to light on February 17th when out of nowhere a flood of details emerged about the future of GTA Online, FiveM, and several scandals surrounding the project. The most talked about topic that day was the FiveM controversy, as it was something huge with pages and pages of information being released, including a website that exposes absolutely all of FiveM's dirty dealings and corruption, from the moment of its creation to its acquisition by Rockstar. And this is quite serious because it even exposes the real person responsible for leaking GTA 5's source code and the reasons why that code was made public, putting thousands of players at risk. We're not going to go too deep into the FiveM scandal, as there's too much content that isn't important for this video since most of it affects the current roleplay mode, and we are here to talk about the next GTA, so we will only address the part of this scandal that will have an impact on the new game. In fact, the most likely outcome of all this is that FiveM will be shut down and transformed into Rome, a new platform that, according to what has been revealed, Rockstar has supposedly been developing in secret. In fact, to understand this story without making this video 3 hours long, I'll give you just the right amount of context so you can understand what's going on here. After Rockstar acquired FiveM, the original team that had created the platform was replaced. Some were fired and others simply weren't renewed or decided to leave due to disagreements with Rockstar. The team that remained in FiveM during this period became known as Groot's Gang. It seems that just as these people were about to be hired by Rockstar, they were playing both sides, trying to buy GTA 5's leaked source code, which had been exposed during Christmas 2023. Part of the group was in favor of acquiring it illegally, while another part was trying to negotiate with Rockstar so that after the FiveM acquisition, they would be allowed to use the source code legally, something Rockstar didn't seem very willing to do at first. In the end, they illegally obtained the code and later became part of Rockstar. According to the leaked document, they themselves leaked the code to the public to prevent third parties from continuing to sell it and profit from the project. From this point on, Groot's Gang is working on FiveM, now under Rockstar's umbrella. However, part of the team is somewhat corrupt. There are people who grant certain favors to specific servers. Mysteriously, Rockstar begins to suffer small leaks regarding their plans, such as the release of GTA 5 expanded and enhanced for PC this year, along with other minor leaks we had been receiving without knowing exactly where they were coming from. This would explain everything. The rotten structure of FiveM upon merging with Rockstar would have become the perfect exit door for a lot of company information. In addition, more context needs to be added. This Groot's Gang that was now running FiveM had also been involved with Alt-V, FiveM's competitor. It is known that they stole part of FiveM's code before working for FiveM itself, and this ended up backfiring on Rockstar when they discovered that the code they had in their possession already belonged to Rockstar because it had been stolen from FiveM years ago. It is at this moment that the person acting as the liaison between Rockstar and FiveM realizes that FiveM is in reality rotten to the core. It is a nest of corruption, moles, betrayals, code theft from competitors, and even from Rockstar itself, along with a series of events that Rockstar is definitely not happy about. So given that this is a game of betrayal, Rockstar decides to play it better than anyone else. For several years now, the company has been secretly developing an ultra-classified project, Rome, Rockstar Online Modding Engine, a platform that in simple terms will allow them to retain all the players that roleplay has brought in, but without having to deal with the mess surrounding FiveM and his team, full of traitors and moles. This means that the purchase of FiveM was nothing more than a ploy by Rockstar to keep them on a tight leash while they develop their parallel project. And once it's ready, they will destroy FiveM from the inside, shutting it down and firing every member of that team who doesn't deserve to be there. Of course, the FiveM team Groot's Gang is well aware of this, and that is creating serious tensions between Rockstar and FiveM. Right now, the situation is at its peak tension, and this is very likely the reason why all the dirty laundry has exploded out into the open. We essentially have three factions. On one side, Rockstar, the so-called victim of all this. On the other, the new group behind FiveM, Groot's Gang, and finally, the original founders of FiveM, who have been completely left out of this and replaced by a group that is nothing but a nest of corruption and controversy. Clearly, the ones most interested in seeking revenge and making all this mess public are the original creators of FiveM. So if you were wondering who might be leaking all this information, including Rockstar's new project, it's not hard to guess. But what exactly is Rome? Rome has been described as a platform where Rockstar will have complete control over both the creators and the players who build and play on the servers of the next Grand Theft Auto. This will likely prevent the use of modifications that they do not consider legal, such as maps they do not approve of appearing in their upcoming game, hyper-realistic or outright copied cars that could cause legal trouble for the company, and branded clothing, which despite FiveM changing its policies still exists in some servers because many people just ignore the rules as long as their server doesn't get shut down. With Rome, Rockstar will have total authority over what modifications are deemed legal and which ones are not. Additionally, they will be creating a platform that from day one is built directly on GTA 6's source code, unlike FiveM, which from what we know was nothing more than a patchwork of fixes and never even properly adapted when they finally gained access to GTA 5's code. In theory, this should make it much easier for server owners to create their worlds, scripts and more, since they will be working directly with developer tools provided by Rockstar. Not everything is bad, there will of course be more control, which makes sense, but in return everything will be much more streamlined and better integrated, opening up possibilities that we probably can't even imagine today, given the limitations of GTA 5 and the way we currently understand FiveM. On the other hand, it has come to light that Rockstar has been in conversations with developers from Fortnite and Roblox, as their plan for GTA 6's multiplayer world would be to create a metaverse where all kinds of games could be developed. This idea is truly wild and honestly quite frightening because the potential outcomes are enormous. Rockstar would move away from FiveM, a platform where 90% of the content consists of roleplay servers where players create their own character and live a parallel life in GTA Online with strict rules, and instead use the massive open world of GTA 6 to create a complete universe where community created and professionally developed modes could exist together. This could allow you to play GTA 6's story mode, and when you feel like a change, jump into a battle royale on the same Leonida map, or take part in races, post-apocalyptic survival scenarios, or other missions in story-driven games crafted by third parties using GTA 6's world. The scale of this is huge and could even lead to alternate story modes, fan-made DLCs that expand the main narrative, offer alternative endings, or prologues never created by Rockstar. There could even be entirely new and different stories, similar to how GTA Online's DLCs function but created by fans, much like the Steam Workshop works for many sandbox games. Everything depends on how much control Rockstar imposes, because in Rome they will be the ones to decide what is allowed and what isn't. This of course is in large part exciting because we might be looking at the most alive and diverse online mode in the history of video games. It would likely crush current metaverse competitors, but it also brings a lot of fear when thinking about the future. Thinking about how a game that wasn't designed to be online managed to survive mostly through DLCs with simple plots and recycled missions, and now what could happen with a new game designed from the ground up to be multiplayer, built to offer players a fully moldable world packed with possibilities for content creation and intended to last as long as possible. This could easily make it the last GTA, or even result in GTA 6's base being so strong and graphically upgradable that future games would arrive as modes within GTA 6, acting as standalone DLCs with brand new stories. And the thing is, right now the level of development for new games is reaching such an extreme that it's no longer viable for anyone to spend 6 or 7 years developing an open world of this scale just to house a 50 or 60 hour story. That's why it seems quite logical that we're about to experience a shift in how video games are developed, creating platforms with a main story and then adding more narratives, both official and unofficial, in order to fully take advantage of all that massive work spanning nearly a decade. Of course, this last part is pure speculation, but Rockstar's secret project, Rome, is being designed to be something not very far from what I've just described in this video, and that alone I am completely sure will make GTA 6 last more than 15 or 20 years without ever going out of style and without its player base dropping off for a single moment. Let's hope at the very least that it won't be overly infected with microtransactions and that it turns out to be a truly high quality project. In case Rome doesn't go well, it's worth mentioning that the Groot team seems to be securing their own future by simultaneously developing the Alt-V platform, which would be the alternative to Rome when FiveM dies and they find themselves out of the project. And of course, this would be an independent project, much like FiveM was in its time, and it wouldn't follow Rockstar's strict policies. However, it could end up facing the same legal problems that FiveM had to deal with back then. There's no doubt that Rome in GTA 6 will be a before and after moment in the video game industry, and surely everyone has their own opinion about it. Are you afraid that Rockstar might change for the worse with this new way of working, or are you excited about the future this major innovation could bring? Let me know in the comments what you think about all this, and I'll see you in the next one.